There is a lot of things that we are watching in the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Minnesota Vikings matchup. We got my two favorite teams going at it. Yes. That's going to be really fun. By the way, say hi to Frank. Oh, wait, wrong way. Yeah, there we go. Say hi to Frank, everyone. That's the football. It's short for Franklin, because if you know your football types or your football brands, excuse me, you know that Franklin is a type of football. His name is Frank for short. So welcome him to the newest addition to the studio. But let us know what you guys think about Frank in the background there. But back to the subject at hand. What we're watching for with the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Minnesota Vikings matchup. A lot of different things going on with this one. First off, Kirk Cousins will not play. We covered it yesterday. Did test positive for COVID. Also, what I was able to find out in that was, yes, the NFL did scrap a lot of different rules. For that, I believe it was earlier this year. Maybe it was last year. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yes, they did scrap rules for that. But it really did come down to Kirk Cousins not feeling well. And he went and got tested, took a couple of different tests. According to head coach Kevin O'Connell, his symptoms are mild. So, he seems to be recovering nicely. And I do think, by the way, he will also, Kevin O'Connell said he will be back Tuesday per the quarantine rules. So, you're like, okay, all right, fine. If he's good to go, fine. I'm good on him for also watching out for his teammates as well. So I do respect that as well. So as far as the things that we're looking out for and things that we're watching in this game, number one, it's how the O-line plays for both sides, man. I could not be more excited because I think we're actually finally going to get some answers on some things. Yes, we see here, we've been talking about it this entire offseason. If this Raiders offensive line holds up, watch out. They're going to be dangerous. I mean, can we please start Dylan Parham already? Can we stop messing around? This man's a stud. He does a lot of different things, and he is just a bad man. Start Dylan Parham already. I don't care where it is. Obviously you want to leave the best five out there. So, if John Simpson is really stepping up, great. If Lester Cotton Sr. is really stepping up, whatever. Get Dylan Parham on the field and let's stop talking about it. But then, the tackle spots. Alex Leatherwood played pretty admirably in the Hall of Fame game against the Jaguars. So I really did feel like he played well. Also, Colton Miller going to be that cornerstone at left tackle for a while. But then also Bamidele Olaseni, let's try him out. How does that work? Can we just please try him out and just see how things work out? What's the worst that can happen again? That he's not good? Fine, whatever. But I would also like to see guys like Thayer Munford out there really get the time of day just to see what they can do, because you brought these rookies in for a reason, to compete. This is what the preseason is for. Let us see the rookies. Then as we head over to the Vikings side of things, oh man, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, okay, I'm excited. Ezra Cleveland, solid. After that, I don't know what's going to happen. Jesse Davis and Ed Ingram have basically been splitting first-team reps. Well, I mean, Jesse Davis is the clear number one, but Ed Ingram is coming. So, then obviously Garrett Bradbury at center there. This dude gets bench pressed every single day by defensive tackles. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, Chris Reed coming there, backing him up at number two. There's a competition there. How do those two perform, heading into this game, and how do they, what do you take away from it? So I think the defensive the defensive line, but also the offensive line is going to be really something that I'm looking out for, just to make sure, how things are meshing. And again, I don't care who starts at offensive line, just get the best players out there for the love of God. And then the next thing we're looking out for is two new offensive systems. So you've got the Raiders, who I think their offense did very well against the Jaguars. They were moving the ball up and down the field, and they did a lot of good different things. We really saw a lot from their running backs in terms of what they were able to accomplish. And like we said, they do have, the Raiders do have a lot of different weapons. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. I want to see who really separates themselves at that number 3 wide receiver position, but overall, you got to really like what you see there. But I know, again, Kirk Cousins won't play, but we're really going to see Kellen Mond and Sean Mannion go after it, and I'm excited to see that, to really see how these two, do separate themselves for that number 2 quarterback spot. And then also, I don't think we'll see Dalvin Cook or Alexander Madison. I think we'll see a lot of Kenny Nwangu and Ty Chandler out there, which, I'm okay with that as well. So, and then on the offensive side of the football, again, talking about the wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne is a stud. So, this is going to, two new offensive systems. How will they mesh in the first game? And here, this is probably, arguably, the most we'll see out of all the major players for the Vikings, too. Honestly, I don't even know that Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen will play, because with the Rams or Kevin Connell's time if Kevin O'Connell's time with the Rams is any indication or any indicator, I don't think we'll see a lot of the starters, but that's all right. The number 3 really big thing, we talked about the offenses, we talked about the offensive line. I think it's things we're watching. I want to see how the defensive lines get after it too. We saw, both of these teams really put a lot into their defensive lines during the offseason. The Raiders going out and signing a guy by the name of Chandler Jones. Maybe you've heard of him. Also extending Max Crosby. I'm excited. I spelled his name wrong. Seriously? Come on. It's M-A-X-S, Colton. You're better than this. Anyway, so Mad Max Crosby out there getting it done, as well as Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith coming back for the Vikings. So, and plus, I feel like, a lot of people forget how good that this particular unit for the Raiders could be when you talk about Cleveland Farrell, Jerry Green, Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell Jr. There's so many different guys that I really feel like could step up and be key edge rushers here. We can't go anywhere without mentioning Malcolm Kuntz. I'm excited to see what he does as well. But then overall, you go also over to the Vikings. How is this new 3-4 front going to look as well? You got Harrison Phillips on the inside there, and then Diesel, Dalvin Tomlinson, courtesy of Purple for the Win podcast. I'm sorry, I can't believe I said that. That was an accident. Dalvin Tomlinson, I listen to that podcast all the time. I apologize, so that's why I said it. But anyway, so Dalvin Tomlinson, I think he's going to do a lot of different things on the outside. I meant to switch those two around because Harrison Phillips is the nose tackle. So, but overall, again, you do see things here from all these defensive linemen in these 5 techs that you like. Like, I feel like Armon Watts could honestly get 10 sacks this year, if or if not 10 sacks, he's going to wreak havoc. He's really showed a lot last year, had something like 5 sacks last year. Also, a guy I'm really excited for is James Lynch. He's going to be a guy that, what was he, like the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year as a 3-4 defensive end. So, Sezi Otomehu, there's so many defensive ends and tackles that I think are going to bring something special to this Vikings D-line. And then, yes, Danielle Hunter, Zadarius Smith. And again, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of these guys, and I think that's kind of probably a good thing because, again, you don't want to injure anybody. We saw what happened with Zach Wilson. All prayers up to him. All prayers for him, excuse me. So, I do think moving forward, as for what to watch in the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Minnesota Vikings, there's a lot. There's going to be a lot of fun with Sunday's game. So, but let us know what you guys think, and let us know what you guys are watching out for. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about what to watch in the Las Vegas Raiders versus Minnesota Vikings matchup.